Hello everybody, welcome to the series on what happened in the business world when you were sleeping last night. Well, before we continue with the news, quick assignment for you. What do you think are the differences between how Meta has approached layoffs versus how Twitter has approached layoffs and how Byju's has approached layoffs? Right? Why don't you share your answers in the comment section and I will type down my answers as well. Well, coming to the news for today, Amazon has announced that it is going to look into the cost-cutting exercises. Well, when we thought that the layoffs are done and dusted, the big boy has also joined the bandwagon. Well, you might say, I'm basically bored of this news. I don't want to even look at this news. I don't want to watch the video. Well, I'll give you 3 reasons why you need to follow this video and basically the broader economic picture as well. Number 1 is that cost cutting is an important aspect in the corporate world, and you knowing the basics will help you clear a lot of interviews. Number 2, specific to management consulting interviews, the questions could be around, hey, XYZ company is planning to cut down costs. What do you think are the different ways in which it can cut down costs, right? Number 3 is that please realize that it is not just you who is in this particular scenario, but the entire economy outlook itself is pretty bad. So there are a lot of people just like you who are still not sure about what's going to happen with their jobs. Right? So with that said, let's jump into the news. When Amazon announced that it is going to look at the cost cutting exercise, it specifically meant it is going to look into the non-performing business units, such as Alexa. Alexa itself is basically sitting on a losses of up to $5 billion every single year. It has 10,000 plus employees. So is it wise to continue investing in Amazon's Alexa business unit versus not is a decision that Andy Jassy is going to take. Similarly, there are a lot of other business units as well. Now the question is, these guys are not going and saying employee by employee that, hey, you are out. What they are doing is at a business unit level, they are taking this decision. So nothing to do with the employee performance. The second thing you also need to know is that these guys are giving an option that if your business unit is not performing well and if your job might be impacted, why don't you go search for another job within Amazon itself, probably in a different business unit, right? So this is one way of cutting down employee expenses, that is looking at a business unit level. Twitter has done something very similar. Of course, they have done 50% layoffs within a week, which I don't know how they have done this kind of rational analytics, rational decision making behind this particular business unit is performing versus not performing, but that's another story for another video, right? But Twitter broadly comes into this bucket as well, where they did not look at individual employees' performance. Now, if we jump into what Byju's has done, right? Byju's has acquired a lot of companies in the recent past, such as Akash, Topper, so on and so forth. Now, these particular companies which it acquired has overlapping work that current Byju teams are also doing. For example, a Byju's team might be calling people, all the prospective clients in Delhi region, and the Topper team might also be doing the same thing. Now, there is no need for both these teams to coexist going forward because they all sell Byju's going forward, right? So in that scenario, they are again taking a decision at a business unit level where there is overlapping work. Amazon was doing non-performing business units and Byju's has done it at a level of overlapping business units. The third thing, which, for example, Meta has done is they have looked at individual employee by employee. They did not take broad strokes of cost cutting, but rather what they did is every single team, if there are 10 people, 20 people, they highlighted that probably we'll have to take down 10% of the team down, right? Probably a few teams which are not going to be as important in the next 1 year, those teams might take a little more of beating, but overall they did not take the business units as a whole, like Amazon or Byju's or Twitter have done, right? So this is another way of looking at employee expense reduction. And if you are asked these kind of questions in a McKinsey, BCG, Bain or any other consulting interview, you have 3 ways to talk about it. Number 1, non-performing business units. Number 2, overlapping business units. Number 3, individual employee performance. And number 4, how Twitter have done it, like without any meaning to it, right? I hope this video is helpful. And I hope this video can actually help you get a job as well whenever you have to answer these kind of questions in the interview. Thank you so much guys and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.